Hey, Jeff Snader here with Sandler. Today we're going to be talking about journaling your way to success. Now, this can apply to a lot more than just sales, but we'll focus on sales today. So, a few key components here. We've talked about this before, but remember 78% of the thoughts in your head are negative, meaning that we're our own worst critic most of the time. Number two is that we remember 10% of what we hear, 50% of what we see, 80% of what we do. So by using journaling, and the difference between a journal and a diary, some people ask this, diaries are a record of what you've done throughout the day, and journals are a record of what you're going to do in the day. So the reason we use journaling is because, well, we can hear it if we say it out loud, but number one, we see what we are going to do for the day, and also we're writing it down, which is doing it, or a part of doing it at least. That really puts it into our head, tries to ingrain what we're trying to do for the day into our heads. So there's a great acronym for this, BAGELS. Now, I will admit that the fine young lad, Jordan Ledwine out of South Carolina, was the first one who showed this to me. I thought it was fantastic, and I think he got this from John Rosso, who's out in Pittsburgh. And once I saw it, I used it ever since. There's a much simpler form of journaling called an AB journal. And we'll talk about that for a second. But I think the full BAGELS is the way to go because it encompasses all the things you need to know and do to effectively journal. So what do they stand for? So here, the best thing you could do right now, if you want to remember this, is to write it down. So the B stands for behavior. And that is a measurable behavior you're going to do for the day. For instance, I am going to make 25 prospecting calls, and you can put multiple behaviors. I'm going to attend 2 networking meetings. I'm going to send out 15 prospecting emails. So all of these can be behaviors that you're going to accomplish for the day. The A stands for attitude or affirmation, something positive about yourself. Tell yourself something good. I am a top-notch salesperson. I am a sales rock star, whatever you want to say, something that makes you feel good about yourself, affirms what you're going to do. G is for a goal. So this is something measured off the behavior. So saying I'm going to do all these prospecting behaviors, and my goal is to get 1 new prospect or 2 new prospects, or uncover 5 more leads, whatever it is, it's a goal. The E is for evaluation. So B, A, and G are done in the beginning of the day, and E, L, and S are done at the end of the day. So the E, you're going to evaluate your behavior, and we do this on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being perfect, and 1 being gosh awful. Say, how did I do on my behaviors? I was supposed to make 20 phone calls. I made 20, I give myself a 10. I did a great job. My attitude, did I feel like a rock star that day? If the calls went well, sometimes, and I felt like a 9. And sometimes on the calls you realize everybody hung up on you. You had a horrible day, and I felt like a 2. So you're just honest with yourself. How'd you feel that day? And then the goal is just to check yes or no. Yep, I hit my goal today. I got my 1 new prospect, so I put a check mark. L is for lessons learned. What did I learn today? I learned from what I did. And then S, if you ask Jordan or Rosso, they would do successes. And I think that's great. And you can do that. You can write, what were my successes for the day? Personally, I use it as the signature line. I sign away everything at the end of the day because I think you could be 3 things. Number 1, you can be on point. That means you did the behaviors you said you were going to do. Your attitude was on point, and you hit your goals. And you're honest about it. You're honest with yourself about what you did. And so I signed to that. Or you can not be on point. You can be short of your goals. And you can sign that, you know what, I didn't do what I said I was going to do, but I'm going to sign my name to it because I'm holding myself accountable. Or you can be a liar. Liars don't last long in sales. You got to be truthful with yourself the entire time. So signing your name just makes you put your mark on the fact and said, you know what, this is what I said I was going to do, and this is what I did. Whether you did it or not, I feel most people struggle to sign their name to something if they're not being honest with themselves. So it's really a great personal accountability. So it looks like this here. Look, you get a journal like this. I got mine on Amazon. It was one of the first few results. It wasn't that expensive. And every day I fill out a new page. So I did a sample page for today. So hopefully you can see that. So you can see it right here. And obviously it wouldn't be this big. This is if you have, for instructional purposes. But something simple, right? Made 5 phone calls. Then my attitude or affirmation for the day was that I'm a rock star. And I want to get 1 new prospect. Now remember, I do this in the beginning of the day. At the end of the day, I evaluate it. So my behavior, I made my 5 phone calls, I'm a 10. My attitude, I felt like a rock star the whole time, I'm a 9, and I got 1 new prospect. I gave myself a check mark. And then I put my lessons learned. Hey, slow down on the phone, Jeff. You talk too fast. So just remember to take a deep breath and slow down. And then I sign my name. If you do this, if you can become a journaler, it will change your life. I promise. And maybe that's a big promise. Maybe I'm saying too much. But there's countless examples of clients, coaches, all the people who say that one of the number 1 things that they can attribute their success to was journaling, because you can't get away from it. Right? It's not just some thought in your head. You're actively writing down what you're going to do, what you're going to accomplish. You're breaking down your goals, your big goals, right? If your goals are to make big money throughout the year, you're breaking them down into just daily behaviors, and you're logging it. And you're naturally going to progress towards wanting to achieve that. No one wants to sign their name every day to falling short on their daily behaviors. So there you go. Use this for sales. You can use it for fitness. You can use it for your home life, whatever you want to use it for. Journaling is a great tool. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Thanks again. Jeff Snader with Sandler.